Hi friends, we are back today talking about pools. Since I have some experience and we built a pool, I thought it would be important to share some information with you. Today I want to talk about cost and 10 important things to consider before building a pool that could dramatically drive up the cost of the pool. And these are some hidden costs that you may not be aware about, but I want to point them out to you so that you can have a discussion with your pool builder or things for you to keep in mind going forwards as you are considering investing in a pool. It seems that everyone wants to build a pool these days. Since the pandemic, the demand for home pools has risen dramatically. And it makes sense. After spending so much time at home, people canceled their vacations, and with all that extra income, they decided to invest it in their home and build a pool. Pools are a great way to bring people together, but it is important to remember that they are a huge investment, and that investment is rising dramatically. There seems to be a lot of misinformation about the cost of an in-ground pool. And today I'm going to focus specifically on an in-ground pool, a concrete pool. In 2002, 53% of pool builders surveyed said they are raising prices 30 to 50%. And this is according to Pool Magazine. According to one pool builder, the starting price of a basic pool starts around $60,000 and goes up from there. Materials, labor, shortages are driving the increase, as you can imagine. Just for comparison's sake, we live in a very expensive area of the country. We built our pool a couple years ago, and with pre-COVID pricing, we spent 6 figures on our pool, and that only included the pool and the spa. No decking, no surround, nothing. And that was pre-COVID pricing. So let's discuss all the hidden costs that can increase the price of a pool that you should think about when you're budgeting for a pool and before you sign a contract. I want to shed light on some of these hidden and unexpected fees that come up that you should know about because they are important. And the cost is always more than you think it's going to be. And then at the end, you're shocked with a big bill and you get frustrated and you're like, I didn't expect that. So I just want you to go into it with your eyes open and know about all the things that can possibly come up. Each pool builder is different, so I am speaking from my own experience as to what was extra and not included in the cost of building the pool. I would assume that many pool builders throughout the industry are similar, and these are things you may want to ask your pool builder before you sign a contract or while you are comparing prices between builders. The first thing to consider is any pre-work that needs to be done to the ground where the pool is going to go, such as moving any underground electrical lines or sewage lines, removing any type of trees, any stumps, any power lines, any underground piping, any obstructions at all. That is all going to be your cost, and that does not go into the cost of the pool. If you have a tree stump there, they're not going to take it out for you. That is going to be your dime to get rid of it so that they have a very clear, flat, open space that they can work with. In our home, we have a well and a septic system since we live in a rural area. The drain, we have a septic tank that is located on one side of our house, and our drain field is located on the other side of the house, and they are connected by a force main. And this force main is the sewage waste line, and it moves the waste from the pump to the drain field. And guess what? That's right, it runs right through our backyard where we want to put the pool. So the solution to this problem is to relocate the force main from the middle of our yard to around the back of our yard so it will not interfere with the pool. Moving the main force line was a lengthy process, and we needed permits, we needed a soil engineer, we needed a septic person, we needed to work with the county, and there was a lot of back and forth between several different groups to get this done. So it was a lengthy process. We started this in January and it was finished in March. So the whole process of moving the main drain took about 2 months. Number 2, during excavation, the cost of hitting rock and any other unexpected conditions that the pool builder will encounter. Typically, the builder will price in X amount of days for digging, and if it goes beyond that and they need extra equipment to bring in, then that's probably going to be on your dime. And I say that because it happened to us. We hit rock and a rock machine had to be brought in to dig the very, very large boulder out of the ground, and it was very expensive. Does your yard have an extensive root system from trees? And additional machinery may need to be brought in to cut through those. Are you located in a floodplain? Any unforeseen obstacles requiring additional machinery and labor that was not included in the price of the pool is all going to be an extra cost that you need to budget for. Site location is also a factor in determining the cost of the pool project. If you're choosing to put your swimming pool in the back of the yard, they may need additional equipment to get in and out of the yard. Large cranes that need to be brought in for concrete work, which is what happened to us. We needed to pay extra for these extra large machines that have long arms on them so that they can lay concrete in the back of the yard. Grading of the yard. A flat yard will of course be the most cost-effective in having an in-ground pool, but if you have any sloping at all and grading is required, that gets expensive. And a portion of our yard was sloped and we did need a lot of grading. Soil removal, that's not covered. If you need to have a lot of soil taken out, most pool builders do not include that. That is going to be an additional cost to you, as is having more soil brought in. So whether it's taken out or in, that is going to be an extra cost to you. And it's very common for pool builders to write in their contract that any damage to any landscape, shrubs, lawn, sidewalks, driveway, your sprinklers, any sewage system due to machinery is not their fault. So that one kind of stinks because our driveway was torn up after this project. Another cost that is most likely not covered in your contract, if you are having a pool that is heated, you need to install a gas line to heat it. If it's propane, which ours is, the installation of the gas line was completely separate than the installation of the heater. The pool builder will install the heater, but they're not installing the gas line to get it to the heater. And ours is a several 100-foot run from a place that we could hook it up to our existing line, and that was, again, an additional pricey piece of the whole project cost. Our contract also outlined any type of additional flex drainage that was required was going to be an extra cost per foot. Any type of electrical run over X amount of feet from the panel was going to be an additional cost per linear feet. any type of filter plumbing over X amount of feet from the pool's edge was going to be an extra cost per feet. These are all extras that you may encounter, you may not, but these are all questions that you do want to ask your pool builder when you're comparing prices. An additional cost also is to fill up your swimming pool with water when it is complete. You can try to do it with the hose if it's small enough, but if it's a big pool like ours, we did have a pool company come in because it was going to take so long to fill, and we are on well and we didn't want to dry the well up, and I guess there are also risks associated with filling up with a hose that can hurt the plaster. But anyway, that is an additional cost to discuss or budget or think about before you sign the contract. And the last cost that may not be included in a contract is the decking. There are so many different varieties out there. Perhaps your pool builder will put in a very basic one and includes it in all his contracts and includes it in the price of the pool, perhaps. Ours did not, and it was an additional, X amount per square foot. And that gets extremely expensive, especially if you pick a more expensive stone. So these are all things to consider about that I just wanted to draw your attention to when you are researching pools and you're budgeting for them and thinking about, is it worth it? Is it not? Should I wait? Are prices going to go down? What's going to happen? These are all things that, I want you to consider. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope if you liked the video, you will like and subscribe. I have more pool videos coming along now that we're getting closer to the season. I'm getting so many questions about them, so I wanted to provide as much information as I can. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will see you next time. Bye.